Hello guys, Cristiano here. I am a C programmer, learning all those things that I can. Hit the subscribe button, let a comment, that'll help so much the channel. All my videos will be in a fast mode with explanation. I'll reduce the time to be more precise. And we will face a lot of mistakes and debugs. Everything's calculated, or not. So don't be afraid. The link for all the source codes will be in the description. If you wanna follow, just get your copy. Today we talk about arrays. Array is a data structure where you can store data in a linear fashion. It is the most used data structure. To show you how arrays works, we'll use the Visual Go again, but in an article form. There is a very nice interesting picture there, which lets those things easy to grasp. Here we can see the picture of elements in a sequential way. The array has a static size in this version. The problem about this is, if you don't use the whole allocated memory, you are wasting resources. Array is faster to insert the data and to get when the index is null, but it's too expensive to search and to insert new data or remove from the middle. Enough talk, let's implement. First we create the array header file, source file and the test file. In array header, we define a hidden structure and we will provide a function to compare a field to get the data from it. To handle the array, we'll have the functions create, which create an array with a size and an object size, the add function to add a new object, the update function to update by index, the remove function to remove by index, the get object by to get data by index, and by parameter to get data by specifying a user field, get size to obtain how many objects are inside the list, and the destroy list. These are all the functions for now. In the future we can add more resources, but for now that's good. We need to start from somewhere. Try to implement all the sceneries, it's almost impossible in my opinion. Copy and paste in the source file. We add the array in the site.h. We do create a template code to replicate it to other functions. This step is kinda boring, isn't it? I need to create something to make my life easier, like a CMake command to scan the file and put it with the template already. That takes a long time to have this template done. Imagine yourself when we have a lot of functions to do the same thing all the time. Finally we finish here, let's check it out, all good. Now we really create a structure with an amount, object size, and a buffer. In create, we check the size and the object size. All good, we allocate memory to main context. We use the structure size to allocate it. We copy the text error here. We change the error to another text error. If the allocation is okay, we change the error again. We copy the values to the context and try to allocate the buffer using the size and the object size, multiplying each other. Now we test the buffer allocation instance. If the initialization was good, we can set the status to true. If something goes wrong, we need it free and return an error. Here I made a mistake. This error means we couldn't allocate the buffer. I'll fix that later. The error message will be where it has broken. In the add function, we check the data and if there are free slots, we copy the data memory into the list and increase the index by 1. We use main copy function to do this job for us. In the update, we check the data, and if the index is inside the range, we overwrite the data with a new data. Use the index as position to find a memory position. Going to the next function. In the remove, we check if the index is inside of the range, same as update. And we remove the data, readjusting the array to remove the whole and decrease it by 1. Here's the point that I mentioned in the intro. All the time that we need to remove an item, we need to perform this memory reallocation. That's the reason we need to learn how to use data structure for each circumstances, to avoid the usage pitfalls. In the get object by, we check the data. If the index is inside the range, we clear the user data and we copy the object to the user. We do a heavy use main copy function here. It's all bytes, it's serialized data. In the get object by parameter, we check the data, and if the compare callback and the param are not new, we scan the list calling the compare, passing the current position and the param argument to the user check if it's really the item the user was looking for. If it is the item, we copy the value to user reference and break the loop. In the get size, we check the size and we copy the amount value. In destroy, we free the buffer first and the context in a row. In the test file, we do some includes. We prepare the function main to get ready to create an array test. To test the array, we create a structure person with a name and an age. We create a function to verify if it is the correct data to use it in the function getByParameter. We check if this current data contains the name that we are looking for. In the main function, we create a size and two persons, John, Jane, and one more to recover. We declare the array instance and we create with size 2 and the size of person struct. All these functions will be tested with a macro assert. We add John and Jane to the list. We get the size to see if there's really 2 items in the list. We print the size. This message will just appear when we run manually. After we get the object in position 0 and print the content. We try to get the data using GeneParameter, which is in that case by name. We do remove the object in position 0, and we check if the size is 1, and finally we destroy the list. Adding the new file to the build script and create a test row. We try to compile and we get a lot of warnings. We solved the first one, it was comparing inside the free function, wrong. We try again, we cannot difference a void pointer. I made a mistake here, cannot be a void pointer but a int8, in other words a byte. We casting a location, now seems good. Testing, we got an error. Checking here, doing a little debug to find out where the problem is. Real program here, folks. I took some time to see where the problem was. I didn't notice the name str. As you see here, I keep digging to discover what is happening. Check line by line and trying to understand by reading the variable's content. I do more debug and I try to see the variable values. In the compare function, I was create a name and cast the name by itself. The correct was the param. We test again. There you go. Running the test directly, we can see the values in the output. Now we can use the array data structure in our projects. That's all for now. I appreciate it if you get here. Don't you forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment and share. Knowledge is not enough. Waiting for more. Bye. See you soon.